You guys ever had that one friend with that one mom or dad who, whenever you first meet them, always try to act all hip and cool to the point where it gets super cringy? Like, this parent would always be around the age of 40 years old, and every word spoken, every goddamn conversation, or even just being around their general presence, you could just feel this aura oozing from them as if they're trying way too hard to fit in with a younger crowd. And then eventually, after a while, it gets so bad to the point where you just have to break things off with that best friend you've known since 5 years old, and you tell him, "I'm sorry, Kyle, it's not you. It's your mom." It's just whenever I'm around her, I feel like I just want to hop on the next Elon Musk rocket, fly away as far as possible from this godforsaken planet, and never come back. I mean, my god. What a terrible situation to be in. And to be honest, I feel like I'm in that very same situation right now. But in this instance, YouTube is like that cringy mom or dad, and I'm that kid who's on the verge of you know what every day. I'm sorry for that long ass analogy. I just had to start this video off with something. So yeah, right now, I know the last video I put out, it was all over the place. Like, it was obviously a comedy video. It was for comedic purposes. A lot of people didn't realize that, and a lot of people got triggered that I didn't recognize their favorite YouTubers. But you know, this video, I just want to explain and put my thoughts in a constructive manner, just to let you guys know how I feel, honestly, about this year's YouTube Rewind. Okay, so first things first. First thing I gotta point out is that late night TV show comedian Stephen Colbert, if that's his name, I don't know. Why did YouTube put him in the video? I think that was a big mistake. Like, why not let a fellow YouTuber be the opening act of the video instead of this Jimmy Kimmel wannabe? Like, I understand the concept they were trying to do, but it just made me think, goddamn, why do we always have to have some TV personality in a video that's supposed to be about YouTubers? At least that was the original idea back in 2010. And I have to say this, sarcastically, that I'm very impressed that YouTube is allowed to reference national and global tragedies in their YouTube Rewind and get ads placed on it. Meanwhile, if I mention decade-old wars like World War II, I instantly get demonetized. And there are a lot of channels who do that stuff, you know, political channels that get demonetized all the time. So how come YouTube can do it? How come people like that Jimmy Kimmel wannabe can do it and get ads still on their video, but us YouTubers, we get instantly demonetized? I don't understand the hypocrisy. Now, on to Jake Paul, because he was a big part of this goddamn YouTube Rewind, and, you know, Logan Paul was too. Why were the Paul brothers in this year's YouTube Rewind and not RiceGum, iDubbbz, or even PewDiePie? Like, I find it hypocritical that Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and all of the other sidemen were featured in this video, you know, KSI and his crew, but RiceGum was missing. He obviously wasn't invited to this YouTube Rewind. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, RiceGum is a bad image for YouTube, he's not family friendly enough, but have you seen what Jake Paul has gotten himself into? Do you see the drama he's created this year? Don't you see all the negative stuff that Jake Paul has done on our website? The guy acts like he's a goddamn saint. The guy acts like he's family friendly when he's actually not. YouTube gives him a pass for every goddamn situation. He's been in way more drama than RiceGum. Even Logan Paul has been in way more drama that YouTube would deem not family friendly, yet they were still featured in this year's YouTube Rewind. I don't understand the hypocrisy. Like, I don't understand, why not feature someone like iDubbbz? What's wrong with iDubbbz? The guy pulled in like 10 million views on one video, The Content Cop, and now all of a sudden they want to cut PewDiePie out because he's too controversial. But you could say the same thing about the Paul brothers. They're controversial as well. Now, since I don't want to make this video that long, I'm trying to stay under 10 minutes, I'm just going to move on to another thing that I found disappointing. Now, in the YouTube Rewind KSI, I saw that he had a very big part. Like, he lasted like, what, 20 to 30 seconds in this video, while other YouTubers got like half a second, like a millisecond. Like, why did KSI get so much airtime in this video, while other YouTubers only got a split second? I could barely see them. Like, there were obviously other YouTubers who have major contributions to the site, but I couldn't even recognize them because of how fast the goddamn video was. And this leads on to my next point. In my previous video, I know it was obvious that I didn't recognize a lot of the YouTubers shown, partly because they were really random choices, and mostly because a lot of them were international international YouTubers from different countries. And that's a really big problem because I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one who didn't know who these people were. Like really, once you account for the YouTubers in different countries who have content in a language other than English, not many people except their core audience will know who they are. Like the top Spanish YouTuber, the second most subscribed channel in the world, he has like 30 million subscribers, right? I didn't know who he was, and there were a lot of people in, you know, the US and other English-speaking countries who didn't know who he was either. Why try to cram in so many goddamn content creators in one video? What's the point? No one's gonna even recognize them because there's not enough screen time. So this leads to my next argument. I came across this specific video that this UK YouTuber by the name of Emma Blackery explaining how YouTube basically fucked up the YouTube Rewind by just trying to cram in all these different content creators from all over the world in one 7-minute video. Check it out.
You wanna know a simple solution that would make YouTube Rewind amazing next year? You can have it for free. I don't mind giving you this gift. Make regional rewinds. Have a YouTube Rewind US, have a YouTube Rewind UK, or Europe, or Asia, or India, or Australia, or in Antarctica. Do different videos. You have the money, you have the budget. It means you can give more screen time to those specific creators. You can use songs that aren't just Despacito, okay? You can use songs that are actually popular in those continents. And like, I guess you could argue, well, Emma, isn't this just dividing people? No, it's giving your creators more screen time. It's giving them a spotlight. You have the money, you have the capability, and people will be happier. There you go.
So like, I honestly agree with her 100%. Why the f is YouTube being so motherfucking cheap with their budget and not making separate YouTube rewinds for each particular region? Wouldn't that make more sense? And then afterwards, if you wanted to, you could maybe incorporate a mashup of all different regions in one video. So I mean, I know this is kind of like a rant video. It is actually. It seems like the YouTube team is very disconnected from us, the content creators. And then it's like with the whole demonetization thing, it's like you aren't allowed to make content other than slime tutorials or knife cutting videos, anything YouTube doesn't deem controversial. Honestly, it's just so goddamn sad, but I have to give them credit where credit's due. I loved the animation at the end. For the first time in a long time, animators are actually not being f***ed over by YouTube, and I guess that's a step forward in the positive direction, you know. But yeah, everything else, YouTube, fix your shit.